Lecture 6. Tuple. A tuple is an ordered collection of items similar to a list, but it is immutable. Once created, its elements cannot be modified. Key properties. Ordered, the order of elements is preserved. Immutable, once created, elements cannot be changed. Allows duplicates, tuples can contain repeated values. Indexing, elements are accessed by position, zero-based index. Creating a tuple. Tuples are created using parentheses. Elements inside the tuple are separated by commas. Creating a tuple in Python is straightforward. You simply use parentheses and separate the elements with commas. Tuples can contain any data type, including integers, strings, and even mixed types, as shown in these examples. We can create tuples with string data types as in this example. This is string tuple. All words are part of tuple named as str_tuple. We can also create tuple with data types. For example, a tuple contain 45. String 5.65. Aamir. Accessing tuple elements. Tuples can be accessed using indices, with indexing starting from 0. Negative indexing allows access from the end of the tuple. Just like lists, elements of a tuple can be accessed using indices. The index starts at 0. In the example, int_tuple 0 returns 1, the first element. You can also use negative indexing to access elements from the end, like int_tuple -1, which returns 30, the last element. Tuple immutability. Tuples are immutable, meaning once created, their contents cannot be changed. This is in contrast to lists, which are mutable. If we try to assign value, it will generate error. Tuples are immutable, meaning their elements cannot be modified after creation. In this code, we try to change the second element of my_tuple to 100. However, Python raises a type error, because tuple elements cannot be reassigned. Tuple length. The length of a tuple can be found using the built-in len function, which returns the number of elements in the tuple. To find the number of elements in a tuple, we use the len function. In this case, len colors returns 4, as there are 4 elements in the tuple. Concatenating tuples. Tuples can be concatenated using the plus operator, combining 2 or more tuples into one. Tuples can be concatenated using the plus operator. In this example, we concatenate tuple 1 and tuple 2, resulting in a new tuple combined_tuple that contains all the elements from both tuples. Repeating tuples. Tuples can be repeated using the steric operator to create a new tuple containing multiple copies of the original tuple. You can repeat a tuple using the operator. In this case, colors steric 5 repeats the elements of the tuple 3 times, resulting in a new tuple containing red, green, blue, etc. Tuple slicing. Like lists, tuples support slicing, allowing you to extract a portion of the tuple using start and end indices. Tuple slicing works the same way as with lists. Here are few examples of tuple slicing. Tuple can be sliced from any part. The general syntax for slicing a tuple is Python copy code tuple start stop step, start, the index at which the slice starts, inclusive. Default star 0 if omitted. Stop, the index at which the slice ends, exclusive. If omitted, it goes to the end of the tuple. Step, the step or stride between elements. Defaults to 1 if omitted. Nested tuples. Tuples can contain other tuples as elements, allowing the creation of multi-dimensional tuples. Tuples can contain other tuples, creating nested tuples. In this example, main_tuple is a tuple containing 2 other tuples. You can access a nested tuple like main_tuple 0, and access elements inside it using multiple indices, as shown in main_tuple 01. Here I have explained nested tuple with example and also tried to access inner and outer elements of nested tuple. Keep watching with attention to understand the concept. Tuple methods. While tuples are immutable, they have a few built-in methods, such as count and index. Although tuples are immutable, they still have some useful methods. The count method returns the number of times a specific element appears in the tuple. The index method returns the index of the first occurrence of a specified value. The count method is useful for finding how often a particular element appears in a tuple. The index method helps locate the position of an element but only returns the first occurrence. Task. Create a tuple with some numbers. Perform the following tasks. Print the third element of the tuple. Count how many times a specific number appears in the tuple. Try to assign to value to index 3. Make another tuple of colors. Concatenate both tuple and print the length of new tuple. See you in the next video. Stay tuned and don't forget to like and share this video.